We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Daled Amud Beis Meseches Nazir. This is Nazir Daf 44b. The Mishnah says, Tiglachas Tuma Ketzad, the shaving that takes place, let's say a Nazir becomes Tameh, how does that work? Hayamaza B'shlishi Uv'shvi, so he gets sprinkled on the third and the seventh day. This is the purification process of anybody who becomes Tameh Mace. We're talking here about a Nazir who becomes Tameh Mace. He goes through that purification process. Umegaleach B'shvi, then he shaves on the seventh day. Umevi Karbonosa B'shmini, and he brings his Karbonos on the eighth day. V'imgilach b'shmini, now let's say he delays the shaving, and he shaves on the eighth day, Mevi karbonosov bo bayom, he brings his karbonos on that day, Divrei Rabbi Akiva, that's the opinion of Rabbi Akiva. Amar le Rabbi Tarfon said to Rabbi Akiva, Ma bein zel mitzora, what's the difference between the Nazir who becomes Tameh and the mitzora, meaning to say by the mitzora, if he shaves, if he delays the shaving by a day, the carbon is brought the next day, not on that very same day. Amar Leis, Rabbi Akiva said back to Rabbi Tarfon, Zet haraso teluya b'yomav. When it comes to the Nazir who becomes Tameh, so the purity is dependent upon the amount of days that go by. When that seventh day comes, the Nazir is pure. Umitzora, but when it comes to mitzora, taharaso teluya b'tiglachdo. So his purity is actually dependent on the shaving. It's the shaving that makes him pure, and so therefore if he delays the shaving, v'yeno mevi carbon eliyim kain hayam mu'urav shemesh, he can't bring a carbon until the sun sets on the day that he becomes pure. So again, if he delays the shaving by a day, he has to wait for sunset, and he can only bring a carbon the next day. And the Gemara says, Kibla minei olo, did Rabbi Tarfon accept Rabbi Akiva's argument or not? Tashma, come in here a proof to Tani Hillel, because Hillel the Amora taught, Gilach b'shmini, if the Nazir shaved on the eighth day, maybe karbonosa b'tashi, he brings his karbonos on the ninth day. If you think that Rabbi Tarfon accepted Rabbi Akiva's argument, so Lesi Karbonosa B'shmini, so he should be allowed to bring the Karbonos on the eighth day, because again, the purity happened on the seventh day. The fact that he shaved on the eighth day doesn't delay the Karbonos. He should be able to bring the Karbonos on that same day, on the eighth day. And the Gemara says, Amar Rava says, Lokash, it's not difficult. Had taval b'shvi, in one case we're talking where he immersed on the seventh day, meaning it could be that Rabbi Tarfon did accept the argument of Rabbi Akiva. However, if he immersed on the seventh day, so then the fact that he shaved on the eighth day is not relevant. He could still bring the karbonos on the eighth day. But in the teaching of Hillel, had lo taval b'shvi, what Hillel was talking about was a situation where he did not immerse on the seventh day. He did not immerse until the eighth day. That's why it says in the teaching of Hillel that he has to bring the karbonos on the ninth day. It's possible that this teaching of Hillel does not prove that Rabbi Tarfon did not accept Rabbi Akiva's argument. It could be that Rabbi Tarfon did accept Rabbi Akiva's argument. And the Gemara continues, Amar Abaya says, Ashkechasinu lechavrei de Rav Nosson bar Hoshia. I found the members of the assembly of Rav Nosson bar Hoshia, the Yasvin v'Ka'amrin, they were sitting and they were saying as follows. The pasuk says by Azov, Ubo lifnei Hashem el Pesach ol Moed, it says he comes before Hashem by the entrance of the Ol Moed, unesonim el HaKohen, he gives his karbonos to the Kohen. Eimosai hubo, when does he come? Bizman shu taval v'yasa hariv shemesh in, lo taval v'yasa hariv shemesh lo. It's only in a situation where the Zav immersed the day before, and he waited for the sun to set, so then the next day, he's able to come to the Pesach Ol Moed. But if he did not immerse and wait for the sun to set, so then he's not able to come. Alma, so we see, kasavar tvul yom shel Zav kizav dami. That let's say you have a Zav that immersed that day, and he did not wait for the sun to set, he did not wait for the next day, he's treated like a Zav, just like a Zav is not able to come to the Pesach Ol Moed, so to the Tvul Yom Shel Zav is not able to come to the Pesach Ol Moed. So then Abaya continues, Amino lohon ano, so I said to them, Elameat, according to that understanding of the pasuk, Gabe Nazir Tamei Nami, by a Nazir who's impure, the same thing, we can apply the same thing. Dechsiv el HaKohen and Pesach Ol Moed, it says the same idea, that he comes to the Kohen by the entrance of the Ol Moed. Eimosai hubo, when is he able to come? Bizman shetaval v'yasa hariv shemesh, only in a situation where he immersed and he waited for the sun to set. And we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Hey Amud Aleph.